My research is about death in late Soviet culture from the 1960s to the mid-1980s. Each chapter is focused on a different figure, artistic genre, and style of dying. Um, I think one of the things that my dissertation shows is that expressions of mourning, malady, and despair were not limited to nonconformist, avant-garde underground circles in late socialism, but were actually flourishing across the culture much more broadly. If we usually think of late socialism as a time of irony, I'm showing a lot of craving for sincerity and a real sense of tragedy that I think comes through in Perestroika in a lot of widespread political and cultural changes. So each chapter in my project is focused around a different figure who talked a lot about dying in their work and themselves died in the era, which led to this mounting sense of crisis that some of the Russian Soviet intelligentsia's great figures were dying themselves through death or immigration. But not only am I looking at the work itself and the sort of life world of the person who created it, but also mass responses of audiences across the Soviet Union. And one of the things that I was really fascinated to find was how someone in, say, Chelyabinsk would really connect to a song by Vladimir Vysotsky, where he says that he feels like a horseback rider on the edge of an abyss who's about to fall off, and he's kind of reveling in this moment of self-destruction and in between worlds. And, you know, someone who was a single mother, who had an ex-husband who was drinking, and herself felt a lot of isolation and despair, would connect with a song like that and actually reach out to him and use his lyrics to make sense of her own reality. So there's this dynamic in between using these depictions of death both to talk about personal problems of loss or loneliness or isolation, and then also to talk about problems in the society or the culture as a whole. A sense of stagnation, a sense of a lack of unifying or transcendent values. And I think that this sense escalates over the course of the 1970s. By the time we get to Gorbachev, you already really see that sense.